It is now midnight, March the 14th, 2025. And this is the next entry to my diary. Today I slept for 1 or 2 hours more in the morning because half of school was cancelled today. And by 1 in the day, I already went home as well. So I didn't stay at school for long. I took tea with me and drank it from a cup during math class. But there wasn't anything super important that happened. Though I did realize that I haven't done a single math homework in like 4 months. Oopsie. And I asked the teacher if I can do something about it. And he said, well, usually I don't allow it, but for you, I'll make an exception. You have a deadline until next Friday, and you can turn in as many tasks and homeworks as you can manage. It's like a quest that he gave me, and it's a lot of work because there is at least like 20 probably homeworks that I have to do, and all of them are really long. Like the reason I didn't do them in the first place was because they were too long, and I didn't have time or like motivation to actually finish them, and they're all like half done. So I guess I'll be doing that over the weekend, though I haven't made a plan, like a study plan for the next 2 months yet until the finals. I think I'll probably sit down tomorrow or on Sunday or Saturday and actually create a proper plan that is going to be the way that I prepare for the finals in German, physics, maths, and English, but I'm not gonna prepare for English because I speak it already and I have perfect grades in it, so the best grades possible. And yeah, but I do have a study plan for the weekend itself because I have a couple tasks that need to be done by Monday. Not just the maths things, also philosophy and other German text and something else. So I do have a plan. And after school, I went home and I ate and took a shower. And when I went to school, I only wore a t-shirt, even though it was raining and it was like 6 degrees outside. So I got a little cold and wet, but I didn't get sick from it, which is good. And when I got home, my dad was looking at the news, and he told me that in our hometown there was a man, an activist, political activist, who got shot on the street, and he fell down, and he wasn't dead. And then the shooter came up to him just casually and shot him in the head, and then just casually walked away. And it's all been caught on video and shared all over social media. And he was talking about it like something so normal and casual, like, yeah, that's just something that happens, a man gets shot in the head in the middle of the street, like, I think a block away from where my parents used to work. And now at this point it's just normal. We've been so desensitized to violence and brutality back home. I mean, I think it's happened everywhere in the whole world, to a certain extent because of the internet and media and all the stuff. But I'm sorry, but the Western people don't understand what real violence desensitization looks like in society. Because in Ukraine, at this point, it's not just some basement dwelling, hot pockets eating Discord mods that love to watch gore for fun on the dark web or something. Like, it's your grandma, it's your auntie, it's your neighbor. They're all seeing this constantly. Children as well. All these Telegram channels posting literal war crimes, decapitations, executions. Well, obviously the Russians are posting that because they're the ones doing it. But yeah, it's just really messed up. Then at about 3 today, I went to my friend's house to help with measuring the furniture in her room and measuring the space that she has and like deciding where to put all the different furniture. And then we will just hang out for like 6 hours after that and started unpacking her stuff, her books and clothes and other things that they brought from their old apartment. And then in the evening, her mom came as well, and I helped her decide where to put the furniture in her room as well, because for some reason she was gonna do it in a really strange way, and also they don't have any gear to measure with, and I just brought some with me. But yeah, then they gave me a sandwich and some tea, and yeah, it was, in general, it was a pretty cool hangout. We listened to some music as well and talked about different things, laughed a bit. I think this was the first time I actually heard her laugh properly out loud, because usually, especially in groups when there's other people around, she doesn't, I mean, she's a little shy, quite a bit shy, and she doesn't like let herself laugh that much. But now she did. But this kind of reminds me a couple days ago in a previous diary, I've mentioned that I have a pattern with having really close female friends and those relationships not ending up well. And I said that during the diary, and it's not really something that I've thought about that much before in this light, but ever since then I started to think about it more, and it's really messed up. It's really messed up because there is 100% a pattern, an unhealthy pattern that makes me and other people suffer, and that comes from my ever persisting and all consuming self loathing and my ever persisting and all consuming inability to communicate with people and to be just normal, and my feelings of inadequacy, because I always get really close to my female friends emotionally, and I make them open up to me. Well, I don't make them obviously, but just the way that I am makes people feel safe to express emotions to me. And then I end up using these people for my own emotional needs because this makes me feel needed and worth something. And then I also use them to vent without actually building that much of a connection. But then if I do build a connection, I start doing things for them. And when I start doing things for them, I start doing things for them that aren't just friendly and that most people would see as something that uh, a boyfriend would do for a girlfriend and not a friend would do for a friend. And then eventually, one or both of the people involved in the situation start developing feelings or just being confused by the nature of the relationship. And then I go, when realize that and I realize what I've done, I I either withdraw and just get bored of that person because I've already cracked their I already cracked them, you know, and they opened up to me, so there is not really much more to get from them. Or it goes in the other direction and I start getting attached to the person and I start having these possessive thoughts and possessive feelings towards the person, and that also never ends up good. But what am I supposed to do to fix this? Because I know that's it's not healthy. I know that I shouldn't be like this, but it always fucking happens. Like, it seems to me that the only solution would be for me to have been in an actual, clearly outlined, stated, official, romantic, and sexual relationship. But how do I get there? Because I don't want to go out and date, because I don't want to dedicate my time to people I don't know and I don't care about, and I don't want to invest my time and emotions in that. And I don't want to date someone I don't care about. But then who am I supposed to date? Someone that I do care about. But those people are my friends. And that just brings us back to the original problem. So yeah, I mean, I genuinely have no idea how to fix this or like what's wrong with me. I mean, I do have ideas about what's wrong with me, but in this particular case, I don't know what to do about it. So if anyone ever sees this and has something to say to me, I'd love to hear you out. And I think that's all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.